Hello and welcome to Cooking the Books with Heather. Today we are going to be making buttermilk biscuits with strawberries and cream from Bravetart, Stella Parks' book of desserts mostly. This is basically strawberry shortcake, which it's strawberry season and we like to eat strawberry shortcake a lot. But there are three sort of distinct parts. And the first one we're going to be making is the sliced strawberries, which we're going to be serving this later. So I am going to put this in the refrigerator. Now, the second thing we're going to make for our buttermilk biscuits with strawberries and cream is the cream. And luckily, this is a make-ahead whipped cream that she says will last for, I think, up to 8 hours. So the final part of our buttermilk biscuits with strawberries and cream that we need to make is the actual buttermilk biscuits. I'm not going to bake mine right this minute, so I'm going to put them on a sheet pan and put them in the refrigerator just to hang out until we want to bake them because they're supposed to be warm when you eat them. Would be okay just rewarming them, but I'm going to bake them. And she says it is important to bake them in cast iron because that will help get a nice crispy bottom and side. But if you don't have cast iron, a cake pan is better than a sheet pan for these. We will do, since we're doing a double recipe, they may not all fit in here. I've got a larger one. We'll see how they fit, but we'll definitely give you a picture of what they look like in the pan before they go in and when they come out. They are baked, let's see, 400 degrees for about 35 minutes, which is great because almost all the biscuit recipes that I have made previously say to bake them for 20 minutes or under, and they rarely are done in that time. So let me get some other stuff ready. I was not 100% ready when we got this. So I'm going to get a sheet pan. I'm just going to put parchment on it just so they don't stick. We're going to add some sugar, just plain granulated sugar. And remember, double batch, so. That is how much we need for a double batch. And then we need some kosher salt. Even though these will be a little bit sweet, we still need salt. Oh, I didn't talk about my flour. This is all-purpose flour. She suggests such as gold medal. We're a King Arthur household, so that's what I'm using. I usually use white lily for biscuits, but I don't have I only have the self-rising, so. And this one calls for just plain all-purpose. And baking powder. So that's what's going to let our biscuits rise. And we're going to whisk the dry ingredients all together before we add the rest, just to get them mixed together and any lumps out of it. So now that we have all of our dry ingredients whisked together, I'm going to add cold butter that I cut into cubes, about 1/2 inch. And I'm just going to toss it and then start to get them all covered in flour and get the cubes separated. And then I'm going to start smashing it and rub it with my hands until the butter has mostly disappeared into a floury mix. So this is just going to take a little bit of time because it's quite a lot. You can do this in a food processor if you like. I just didn't want to dirty it, to be fair. To be truthful, I did not want to have to clean the food processor. I'm not going to bother washing my hands because they're just going to get floury again. But it's time to add the buttermilk. I am going to weigh it. She says to use low-fat cultured buttermilk straight from the fridge. I have whole milk buttermilk because that's what I usually buy. That's what I have. I'm sure it'll be fine. So I'm going to pour in the amount that she says by weight. And I'm also going to give this a shake because it seems to have separated a little bit. By weight, that's about right. We'll clean this off before I put it back. So now I'm supposed to stir this in with a flexible spatula and stop as soon as it kind of comes together in a sticky ball. So we don't want to over mix biscuits, like ever. Sometimes I'm just not sure that it's not going to be too dry, but this is going to be fine. So now I need to put some flour down, which I have right here, just some more of the same all-purpose flour. I'm going to put a little pile of it over there. We're going for, she's going for a 6-inch square for a half recipe. So it will not quite be that small. So we're going a little bit bigger, but not outstandingly bigger, I think. Not double, because that's not how it works. That's not how math works. So also says to put some dry flour on top, which I'm not going to do because I still had a little bit of dry flour in my bowl. So we're just going to gently pat it into a square-ish. And then we're going to fold it in half. Yeah. For a total of 3 times. So that was 1 fold. And this helps you make layers. That's 1 fold. 2 folds. Drier or wetter parts of the middle. All right, and now 1 more fold. And now our goal will be to make it about 3/4 of an inch thick. So that's how thick we want to cut our biscuits. I think that is about 3/4 of an inch thick. Looks good to me. And we're going to be using a 2.5-inch cutter. Is supposed to make 6 biscuits per recipe, so I'm supposed to make 12 eventually. It might be a little thick. That's about an inch. So, well, there's 1 thick one. All right, we got 10 on our first roll, so that's, I think that's fine. We'll definitely get 2 more. Supposed to pat these back out, our scraps, and fold 1 more time. And then we're going to go for another, I don't know, inch, about the same as we did before, and get as many biscuits as we can from this roll. 14 without too much effort, and I might just, we'll see if we need some extra, fill in some extra space with just a drop biscuit and see how that goes. I'm just going to put those on the tray. We'll pat them out if we end up using them. That's it. Those are our biscuits. like I said, 400 degrees for about 35 minutes. And they will brown pretty quickly if you are not used to it. If you're not used to using butter, because the butter will brown pretty quickly. Anyway, those are our biscuits. We will be back when everything's all done and we're ready to put it together. Actually, we will probably show you what they look like put together because we do have guests coming and I probably won't film that, but we will put it all together and show you what it looks like. And then we'll let you know what we think. On this episode of Cooking the Books with Heather, you watched me make buttermilk biscuits with strawberries and cream from Stella Parks' Bravetart. Every spring when it is strawberry season, we always have some version of strawberry shortcake. And this is, you know, one of the more standard versions in the South with a biscuit that's been slightly sweetened. And of course, strawberries and whipped cream. The biscuits here were pretty easy, and I very much appreciate that she says that they will take 35 minutes to bake. And they did, and they were done, and they were nice and crispy on the bottom. I'm sure because I used the cast iron skillet. I did not bake all of them. I have some still left in the refrigerator. And I'll have to see. I just didn't need quite all of them. They were 2.5 inch biscuits were a little, I mean, like, I feel like they were a good size for a small dessert, but you could go bigger as well. And I made a few more than the recipe said for the double batch that I did. But they baked up great, perfect timing, nicely crispy, and a good base for all of the sort of syrup that went with the strawberries. So that was the sliced summer strawberries. There's a lot of sugar with those strawberries. I did do a double batch, and I did it by weight instead of by volume, just because I did not want to like get out something that would hold that many. It's a lot of strawberries, and I just it's a huge thing. So it's a huge bowl, unsliced anyway, and then still a pretty big bowl sliced especially when you're doing a double batch. There's a lot more sugar in this than I normally would add to fresh in-season strawberries, but that did make a very good syrup, a lot of syrup. We have a little bit left over, and I might try warming it and see what we think about that on top of ice cream. Or we don't have any of our cheesecake left, but I might try it, see what we think about that. But it was a lot sweeter than I would normally make it because I don't normally measure. But the salt, I think, helped balance out that sweetness a little bit. There wasn't a ton in it, but it did not feel cloyingly sweet, but it was very syrupy. So, and the make-ahead whipped cream was also very sweet. It had a lot of vanilla in it. I used vanilla extract. You could also use vanilla bean, where you've scraped out the little beans in it, the little tiny black specks in it. It was just a lot easier to use vanilla extract, especially for the amount that I needed. And it lasted great. It tasted great. I could taste the vanilla. I used a vanilla that I had made previously myself using bourbon. So there was a little bit of a bourbon flavor, kind of like the Chantilly cream that we made, I think, for something in the Rodney Scott book, but that I think had bourbon in it. Anyway, and it lasted in the refrigerator for several hours and did not separate at all. So that was good. There are a lot of variations that you can do. You could make it chocolate whipped cream or strawberry whipped cream, where you use a syrup a strawberry syrup, or you could use freeze-dried fruit that you grind up and put in it. You could use brown sugar. You could add basil. You could use orange zest. There's a lot of options here, but we just did sort of the basic. I certainly will. I would like to try some of these other options for another dish or for something that I felt would be improved by a little bit more flavor. Double strawberry actually might be good for the strawberry shortcake though. So I wonder if the strawberry syrup is from a different recipe, not from the sliced summer strawberries. So I would have to see if it's actually thicker, because you do have to be careful about the liquid that you add to whipped cream. If you add too much non-fat liquid, you know, it might not actually whip up. But all in all, we all really liked the buttermilk biscuits with strawberries and cream, and I would certainly make it again. So if you've enjoyed watching me make this, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and let me know in the comments down below if you're going to make this recipe, and come back and watch me make something else next week.